Hi there, I'm Jeremy Clark from CH Financial, and I'm here with James Buchanan of Buchanan's Chop House and Whiskey Bar in West Downtown Calgary. A beautiful day outside. And James, you and I were talking a little, we've talked a lot over the years, but there's always challenges in running a business. We're in the financial industry, there's challenges there, challenges in oil and gas, any industry someone's in, there's always going to be good and bad times. But having a restaurant in Calgary over the past, let's say, 5 to 7 years, there's been more than one or two challenges.
That's for sure. I guess restaurants are always a good barometer of kind of the economic hardships facing here because, you know, any kind of healthy industry, like the restaurant relies on disposable income and like people coming in here. That's the only way I make money is people coming in here and enjoying a meal and enjoying our hospitality. So it's a pretty good economic indicator when there's, you know, that the first thing that people stop is that kind of discretionary spending. And do I need to go out to lunch today? Do I need to go out to a restaurant? So, you know, you're going to notice that obviously it's been endemic the last kind of year of 30% of restaurants nationwide closing. They're expecting it to be up to 45% by the time this year ends. I mean, that's a staggering amount for just one industry to bear. So, there's been nothing but challenges. And I think anyone who's been in the restaurant industry, or even if you haven't, you have a pretty good idea. The restaurant industry operates on some pretty razor thin margins and is, kind of beholden to a number of things that are out of your control. You just have to hope that people are coming in and enjoying what you do and want to spend whatever hard-earned dollar we still have to treat themselves at your place, I suppose.
Well, let me expand that a little bit and say, and I've heard from a couple of people that I know to say, okay, restaurant like Buchanan's, they own the restaurant, the employees can all go on CERB, they just shut down for a while, they reopen. How tough is that really?
Yeah, I mean,
what's your response to that?
Yeah, we are fortunate because, again, we own this building, we own this space. I mean, we've been here for 33 years, so it's nice to have like something to show for it that we are the space. So we can be a little light on our feet, but yeah, I mean, it was the most frustrating year ever. I mean, laying off employees 4 separate times for all these different lockdowns, we have a lot of long-term staff here. I've got a crew, my entire crew is 19 people here. The newest employee we have has been here for 5 years, is like kind of a young employee, which is pretty rare in a super traditionally transient industry, So I think it speaks a lot to the passion we have as a team and the people who like to stay here and I guess hopefully like working for me, which is also a good thing. But I mean, the place itself, having to deal with those fluctuations, there's no one who, I don't think there's anyone who would think that, the hospitality and restaurant industry wasn't extremely unfairly targeted over the past year. And I guess, we're just fortunate to be able to have a reputation and have enough cachet to fall back on. And people want us to be here and we weren't some fly-by-night thing. And we were fortunate that, I feel for anybody who put their life savings and started a restaurant, last year in February or March, and what would you even be doing, right? So,
yeah. It's, I mean, there's so many challenges running a business like this, but I think one of the positives that you have, you mentioned your team, and I've been coming here for 27 years. Hard to believe, most of the life of this restaurant, and I've known a lot of these folks for the whole the time I've been coming here, and I've had the privilege of being with you, like back of house, so to speak, in the kitchen, the office, hanging out with you guys a bit. And it really feels like a family here. So you must really feel a responsibility then to take care of these folks and empower them.
No, of course. We've got, our chef here, Philip Ing, who's a wizard. He's a gem. We wouldn't be doing what we do without him. He's been here since 1994. Our general manager, who's been here since 1992. I mean, these are like long-term guys who really have the best interest of this place at heart, and they just kind of know how to operate it. I mean, it's the first job I ever had, and luckily my folks kept me around and wanted to see me stay on and do this. And the team here is, you need to be able to rely on everyone that you're working with. And in a super transient industry traditionally, we're really fortunate to have a crew of people who all put in well over a decade here. And restaurants are built on regulars, built on repeat business. And I think any customer that's coming here, whether you're, a 5-day-a-week guy, a once-a-month guy, once or twice a year, you're going to come in and see a familiar face. You're going to see probably the same person behind the bar, one of the same 3 people on the floor, probably myself at the front door. So there'll be an air of familiarity, and that's what you want when you're, hospitality is all about promoting and engaging that. So,
And I think, especially during these tough times, keeping your team together, I know you're a little self-deprecating about it, but I think you've really done a tremendous job of that. And it really says volumes about the culture that you've built here. So kudos to you for that.
No, I appreciate it. Again, it's a legacy place and doing what my parents have set out to do. I want to make them proud. I want to make sure there's always a place in Calgary that people can come back. And hospitality, you can't fake it. I'm passionate about it. I like being here. I like what I do. There's no you can come to, you can kind of notice, any customer will notice you go somewhere that's disingenuine.
Yeah.
There's a litany of reasons you could get into restaurant touring. I mean, if you're doing it for the money, I think you're kind of an idiot. Or the clout or the fun or whatever. I mean, you have to really be passionate about hospitality. When people come in here and enjoy themselves, I mean, it really genuinely makes me feel good when someone tells me what a good time they had here, how good the meal was, how special the night they had was. It's just, it's the whole reason to be in this game, and I think hopefully that comes across why people keep coming back.
Absolutely, and on a night where this place is packed, which is quite often, it's awesome to be here and just seeing all the different people, those once a year people, the regulars. It's such a cool place to go, and I hope to be here for many more decades.
Well, I appreciate appreciate the words of encouragement. Hopefully, it's good times here going forward. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I'm Jeremy Clark. This is James Buchanan, and we are in West Downtown at Buchanan's Chop House and Whiskey Bar. So come on down and join us.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Nice to see you.